بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم لا حول ولا قوة إلا بالله العلي العظيم الحمد لله رب العالمين وصلى الله على سيدنا ونبينا أبي القاسم المصطفى محمد وآله الطيبين الطاهرين لا سيما بقية الله في الأرضين أجل الله تعالى فرجه الشريف اللهم أخرجني من ظلمات الوهم وأكرمني بنور الفهم اللهم افتح علينا أبواب رحمتك وانشر علينا خزائن علومك برحمتك يا أرحم الراحمين. We said that there are two types of ta'arud or conflict between dalilain, between two references. One is a conflict which is easy to solve. It would not remain. It's غير المستقر. And we said there are 5 types of them that with takhsis or takhassus or wurud or hukuma or taqdeem al-adhar ala al-zahir, you can solve the problem. Now we want to study التعارض المستقر, conflict which would remain. It's not something that quickly can be sorted out. Here we have to see if there is a way to prefer one side over the other. There are murajjihat. Murajjih means something that gives preference. Yeah, tarjih means to prefer something over something, raise something over. Murajjih means something that can give preference to one side. So we have to see, are there murajjihat on one side that can help us to prefer one side, or no? There are no murajjihat. If there are no murajjihat, means they are equal in their weight. Mutakafit, takafum from kuf, means they are equal. Both sides are equal. But if one side has preference, then that becomes stronger. But then we have to discuss what are murajjihat, and are these murajjihat to be learned from the hadith, or we can also ourselves find some rational preferences. So there are different discussions that we are going to have. الفصل الثاني التعارض المستقر, the conflict which is endurable. أو إعمال الترجيح والتخيير, or implementing preference or choice. Either you have to apply choice, principle of choice, or preference. إذا كان هناك بين الدليلين تناف وتدافع في المدلول. If between two dalil there is conflict, تنافن يعني تنافي, they contradict each other, they negate each other, reject each other. Or tadafu, one of them pushes away the other, and vice versa, tadafu. So in their meaning, in their madlul, they conflict. In the way that لا يمكن الجمع بينهما جمعا عرفيا مقبولا عند أهل التقنين. There is no way to put them together in the way that people who are involved in legislation, lawmakers, lawyers, would be accepting this as a good and convenient solution. You can always, bring a solution from your pocket, but it's not acceptable. It has to be something that people would say, yes, normally when the same speaker says these two things, this is the way we understand it. something very normal, very standard. Not that every person understands it in a different way. So there is ta'arud, there is conflict in their meaning, in the way that there is no possibility of jam'. You cannot bring them together and reconcile between these two in a way that would be acceptable to the people who are ahlut taqneen, people who are involved in legislation. فَيَقَعُ الْبَحْث فِي أُمُورٍ. So we have to discuss few things. First, one of the things that we had a lot in previous discussions is what is the primary rule? ماهي القاعدة الأولية. Suppose we don't have any specific instruction about this issue. Suppose, what would aql require here? So this is al-Qa'idah al-Awwaliyah. If we find something specific, we follow it. Otherwise, we have to refer to this primary rational solution. Okay? So, ما هي القاعدة الأولية عند التعارض? What is the primary, the initial rule when there is conflict? لا شك أن الأخبار حجة من باب الطريقية. Hadith narrations are valid. We can use them because they are a path to understand the reality. Tariq means they are not by themselves significant. They are reflections or, presentations of what is reality. So we use them to reach the reality. It's like a path towards the reality, a way to understand the reality. Okay? بمعنى أنها الموصلة إلى الواقع. They enable us to reach واقع, the reality. في كثير من الأحيان, normally in most of the cases, suppose there is no false hadith, there is no conflict. When you have an authentic, reliable hadith, it helps you to understand the reality. Okay? هذا من جانب. This is from one side. On the one hand, this is the case. But ومن جانب آخر, on the other hand, أن الدليل حجية قول الثقة. The reference, the proof, the argument that you have to say that what a reliable, honest person says is valid is something that you have to keep it to the minimum, because this is something which is aqli, it's not linguistic. If you have a dalil which is based on a text, then you go by zahir of the text. Okay? But if there is a dalil which is aqli, you have to go by minimum. The minimum you are sure that dalil works. Is it clear? So for example, if someone says akram al-ulama, does it mean all ulama or some ulama? You say zahir means all ulama. But if you didn't have such dalil, linguistic dalil, and you were using your aql that I have to respect ulama, but I don't know all ulama or some ulama, aql has no linguistic zahir. So you go by minimum, that much that you are sure. Okay? So, أن الدليل حجية قول الثقة منحصرة في السيرة العقلائية عند المحققين. The proof that we have for validity of the view, the saying of a reliable person, according to muhaqqiqin, is sirah uqala. because he doesn't believe in the hadith about Hujjiyat Khabar Wahid, and so just Sirah Uqala. And those hadiths become like confirmation. وَبِمَا أَنَّ السِّيرَةِ, and because this habit, this conduct, habit of Uqala, dalilun lubbiyun, it's a rational dalil. Lubbi is opposite to lafzi, means non-linguistic. يُؤْخَذُ بِالْقَدَرِ الْمُتَيَقَّنِ مِنْ, because this is not linguistic, so we have to take that much which we are sure. The minimum that you are sure that it cannot be less than this. لعدم وجود لسان لفظي لها, because it has no linguistic expression, so that you say we take its itlaq, we take it in its general sense. القدر المتيقن من السيرة في مورد حجية قول الثقة هي صورة عدم التعارض. And what we are sure, what we can be certain, is that uqala would accept the saying of a reliable person as long as it doesn't contradict the saying of another reliable person. This much we know, but if two of them conflict, we don't know. I told you, gave you an example, if you remember, I think it was this class, in Mabad Usul al-Fiqh. You know the signs that you have for traffic. For example, you want to go to one city, and now there is a crossroad. You have to choose which road to go. One goes to the north, one goes to the south. If there is an arrow, a sign that says go to the north for this city, you go. If there is an arrow which says go to the south, you follow. But if there are two arrows, Salaam alaikum. If there are two arrows, one for the north, one for the south, what would uqala do? They would not say, okay, you take any of them. They will stop. They say both of them will be now questionable. Okay? So, uqala, thank you. Uqala follow these signs as long as there is no conflict. If there is conflict, they would lose trust in them totally. They don't say, okay, we choose or we take both of them. Tawaqquf.
So, Sheikh, they ignore both.
Yes. They look for something else. So, القدر المتيقن من السيرة في مورد حجية قول الثقة, that much which is certain, which we can be sure that uqala would accept, is صورة عدم التعارض, is when there is no conflict. فتكون القاعدة الأولية هي سقوط الخبرين المتعارضين عن الحجية. So the primary ruling, if we don't have anything extra, anything specifically to guide us from Shari', the primary ruling is just both of them will be dropped. Okay? But now we want to see, maybe Shari' has given us some specific instruction, solution. But if we had nothing from Shari' and we were only to follow our aql, we had to drop both of them. فتكون القاعدة الأولية هي سقوط الخبرين المتعارضين عن الحجية. Both of them, both of the conflict hadith will drop, will be not valid. لخروجهما عن مورد السيرة الأقلائية, because these two hadiths which conflict would be falling outside the realm of Hujjiyah. Why? Because فَإِنَّ مَجْرَاهَا, where Sirah Ughala is in effect, is applicable, is قول الثقة من دون معارض. When a reliable person says something and there is no conflict, Uqala accept. But if a reliable person says something and another reliable person says something contradicting the first one, none of them would be taken as hujjah by Uqala. So this is something that we wanted to establish, to know that if you are not able to establish anything further based on the hadith and shari', you have to just drop them. Now let's see ماهي القاعدة الثانوية عند التعارض. What is the secondary rule when there is conflict? Means something based on shara'. قد وقفت على أن مقتضى القاعدة الأولية في الخبرين المتعارضين هو التساقط. Just now you realized that what the primary ruling implies here is that when two khabar conflict, they both drop. Tasaqut. Tasaqut means they both drop. فلو ثبت شيء على خلاف تلك القاعدة نأخذ به. If something other than this is proved, we take it. وإلا, if something else is not proved, فهي, this قاعدة محكمة, will be established and we have to follow it. Is it clear? So unless you manage to prove something different, you have to drop them. فنقول, so we say, إن الخبرين المتعارضين على صورتين. Two conflicting hadith who have ta'aruz mustaqir have two possibilities. أولا الخبران المتكافئان اللذان لا مزية لأحدهما توجب ترجيحه على الآخر. The first option is that they are equal, mutakafi. They are equal. What does it mean? It means none of them has privilege over the other. No preference for one of them over the other. They are equal. Yes. Is it clear?
Yes.
The second option, الخبران المتعارضان اللذان في أحدهما مزية. Two conflicting hadiths, but one of them has a privilege over the other, has a merit that gives preference to it. توجب ترجيحه على الآخر. This مزية, this merit, privilege, gives preference. وإليك الكلام في كلا القسمين. Now, take our word, our speech, our discussion for both types. So we are going to talk about متكافئان and then inshallah about غير المتكافئين. Those who are equal and those who are not equal. Okay? إذا ورد خبران متعارضان متكافئان من دون مزية لأحدهما على الآخر. If you have two hadith which they conflict with each other and none of them has preference over the other, فقد استفاضت الروايات على التخيير بينهما. استفاضة means there is lots of hadith. You remember we said we have khabar wahid we have khabar mutawatir, but also we have mustafiz. Mustafiz means there are many people who have said this, but it has not reached the level of tawatur. But it's not just 1, 2, 3 hadith. Yeah, there are few hadiths. There is, good number of frequency here, but not level of tawatur.
So it's just under tawatur.
Yes. Under tawatur, but not maybe a little more. Means more than wahid, but not. So there are many hadiths that says you have takhyir, you have right to choose. Any of these two sides you can choose. This is where there is no preference, no murajjih. Yes.
So what happens to dropping both? What happens to dropping both?
Here hadith says don't drop both. Says choose whatever you like. Because if you drop both, then it means that you have to go to usul amaliyah. But as long as you have hadith, you don't drop both. Ma ravat tabarsi fil ihtijaj. One of the very good collections of hadith is al-ihtijaj by Tabarsi. It's normally published in 2 volumes, and it has all the dialogues and debates and this type of things and discussions. So Hassan ibn Jahm, who was one of the narrators of hadith from Imam Kazim and Imam Rida. So he narrates from both 7th Imam and 8th Imam. Hassan ibn Jahm narrates from Imam Rida alayhi salam. قلت له تجيئنا الأحاديث عنكم مختلفة. This مختلفة is hal. You know hal? In Nahw. He said, I told Imam Reza, hadith from you come to us while they are conflicting. They are not in agreement with each other. Imam Reza alayhi salam, according to this hadith, said, Ma ja'aka anna. Whatever comes to you from us, means people narrate for you from us. Arabic is very precise language. Imam doesn't say ma ja'akum minna. It says ma ja'akum anna. Ma ja'akum minna means it's definitely from us. Ma ja'akum anna means ma ja'akum mahkiyan anna, naqilan anna. Some people have narrated from us. فقس على كتاب الله عز وجل وأحاديثنا. Check it against. Qis means compare it. Means check it against the book of Allah the Almighty and our hadith that you are aware of. Yeah. So you have hadith that you are sure it's from us. Now you have received 2 conflicting hadiths. Check these 2 hadiths against the Quran and against our hadith that you already have. فَإِنْ كَانَ يُشْبِهُهُمَا. If this hadith that has come to you is similar to what is in the Quran and our hadith, فَهُوَ مِنَّا. This anna is minna. It's from us. وَإِن لَمْ يَكُنْ يُشْبِهُهُمَا. But if it is not similar to, doesn't resemble the Quran or hadith that you have, فَلَيْسَ مِنَّا. It's not from us. Okay? This is the same perhaps about people. If someone comes to you and says, I am Shia, check it with the Quran and Hadith. If his akhlaq is like Quran and Hadith, فَهُوَ مِنَّا. If not, he's not promised. Yes.
Do we know which Imam narrated this hadith?
Imam Raza?
Doesn't say which.
Yes, it's from Imam Raza. الحسن بن الجهم عن الرضا عليه السلام. قلت, then Hassan ibn al-Jahm says, قلت, I said, يجيئنا الرجلان وكلاهما ثقة بحديثين مختلفين ولا نعلم أيهما الحق. Two people bring hadith, both of them are trustworthy, reliable, and they bring two hadiths and we don't know which one is haq. It seems that both of them passed the test. If one was against the Quran, for example, so we knew that this is not correct. But both of them passed the test and both narrators are thiqa, reliable. Okay? Then Imam Raza alayhi salam said, so it means that now you have conflicting hadiths which are equal. This was our question. When you have hadiths which are equal. Imam said, فَإِذَا لَمْ تَعْلَمْ, if you don't know which one is right, which one is true, فَمُوَسَّعٌ عَلَيْكَ بِأَيِّهِمَا أَخَذْتَ. You can have choice. Yes. So it's up to you to choose. مُوَسَّعٌ عَلَيْكَ بِأَيِّهِمَا. So you have right to choose. This is one hadith. Second hadith. Yes. If they are both equal. Yes.
Sheikhna, in practice, does the faqih come and he would choose one of them and give a fatwa on that one?
Yeah.
Or he would tell people you can do this or that, whichever one you like?
No. Faqih would choose. This takhiyyir is for faqih. Faqih chooses and gives fatwa, and also we will say that this is badui. So he chooses one side and keeps by that.
But if the imam is saying you could take either one, so this could be made for the general public. The general public
No, because these are the people that they used to understand the ruling from hadith. Now we cannot understand the ruling from hadith. Now it's a job of mujtahid. At that time, this person himself is a narrator of hadith, a companion of Imam, and just needed to make sure which one is acceptable.
I mean, the question would be if two different fuqaha read this, and one decides to give a fatwa on option A, and the other one decides to give a fatwa on option B. Both of them have 50% chance of being the actual hukm waqi, for example.
Yeah.
And the people who are doing taqleed, they are either following this one or that one. So in practice for the people, they could be doing this or that, and both would be valid options. So why can't the faqih, for example, give both options to people?
It depends, but if it gives both options, again, it should not be continuous. Because if 1 week they do it this way, another week that will be mukhalafat qat'iyyah. Then you will be sure that you have committed sin. We will talk about it. Yes.
Is there one can be better than the other, or that there are two? Is there any possibility that one can be better than the other?
Better in what?
In a more general sense, that if you follow that, it's much better to do it.
No, that's then means there is murajjah. We will talk. If there is murajjah, valid and legitimate murajjah, that's different. Right now we are talking when there is no murajjah, they are equal.
So when you have a takhiyyir between Juma and
Zuhr.
Zuhr, so in that case, if you choose namaz Zuhr as precaution, so you will stick your whole life with that. And if you take Juma as like wajib and you do not do Zuhr at all.
No, it's different. Sometimes faqih gives fatwa of takhiyyir. So it says that every Jum'ah you have choice. This is wajib takhiyyiri. But sometimes there is one thing and faqih has takhiyyir. He chooses this or that, but he doesn't give you takhiyyir. Yes.
So, Sheikh,
Yes.
yeah, is it possible when the Imam says بأيهما أخذت, is it possible to follow the قاعدة الأولية للتساقط?
No.
No?
قاعدة أولية is when there is nothing specific from Shari. If we have a specific guidance, then we go by it. But if we were not given any specific guidance, then we had to go by the general rational rule, which is to drop both of them. Second hadith, ما رواه الشيخ رحمه الله شيخ الطوسي في التهذيب في كتاب تهذيب الأحكام عن علي بن مهزيار قال قرأت في كتاب لعبد الله بن محمد إلى أبي الحسن عليه السلام. He says, I saw in a writing of Abdullah ibn Muhammad to Abu al-Hasan, maybe means Imam Raza alayhi salam, maybe means Imam Hadi alayhi salam, because there are three Abu al-Hasan in the later Imams, Imam Kazim, Imam Raza, and Imam Hadi. But here possibly means Imam Raza alayhi salam or Imam Hadi. اختلف أصحابنا في رواياتهم عن أبي عبد الله. In his kitab, means in his writing, he had written this question to Imam. In his question, kitab here doesn't mean book. Kitab here means in a writing, in a letter. He wrote to Imam, اختلف أصحابنا في رواياتهم عن أبي عبد الله عليه السلام. Our Shia brothers, our own people, have disagreed about the hadith which are narrated from Imam Sadiq alayhi salam في ركعتي الفجر في السفر, about 2 rak'ah salat of Fajr while someone is traveling. Of course, Ayatollah Subhani is taking this as nafiliyya Fajr. So someone is traveling and he wants to do nafileh. Can he do it on the back of camel or horse, or has to come down and stand on the ground and say it? فَرَوَى بَعْضُهُمْ, some of our ashab have narrated this hadith from Imam Sadiq. صَلَّهَا فِي الْمَحْمَلِ, on the back of the horse or camel. They used to have something. They could see it, you can do it over there. Rava ba'dhuhum, but some other people have narrated, La tusalliha illa ala al-ard. Don't say your prayer of Fajr, which nafileh, except on the ground. فقال عليه السلام موسع عليك بأية عملت. You have the choice. You can choose whatever you like. Ayatollah Subhani says, it seems that the saying of Imam موسع عليك بأية عملت ناظرة إلى الأخبار المتعارضة. It's about conflicting hadith. So there are conflicting hadiths from Imam Sadiq alayhi salam, and you can choose any side. Yes, موردها هي الأمور المستحبة. Here it's about something which is mustahab. والتخيير في المستحبات لا يكون دليلا على التخيير في الواجبات. So someone may say, في المستحبات we can have تخيير, not في الواجبات. Why? Because mustahab can have different levels. It's better, for example, to say nafila on the ground, but it's also possible to say it on the camel, back of the camel, or for example, while you can sit. You can say it standing, you can say it sitting. If you say it standing up is better. فَيَصِحُ التَّخِيرُ بَيْنَ دَرَجَاتِهَا. There are different levels for nafila, for mustahabbat, and you have choice between the best level or second best or third. وَهَذَا بِخِلَافِ الْوَاجِبَاتِ. But in wajibat, there is no different levels. فإن أحد الطرفين تعلق به الأمر دون الآخر. In wajibat, one of them is the case. Both cannot be the case. So, Ayatollah Subhani wants to say, it's possible that someone questions this second hadith and says this is about mustahabbat. But it seems that the reason for having choice was not because it's mustahab. The reason for having choice was because of khabar muta'aris. There was conflict. If it was only this hadith, maybe we couldn't use it to prove takhir. But along with many other hadiths, this hadith can be an evidence. Yes.
The thing I don't understand is if Imam was asked, and I think it's Imam Qazim, I have the Farsi, he says Imam Qazim the Farsi. Shouldn't Imam give, because he's Ma'soom, he's Hadi, shouldn't he give a final answer instead of saying you have to hear? He should say, no, this is the answer. As a Hadi, he has ilm Imam, so he should give a final answer.
Yes. Two things. One answer is that Imam here is teaching them the method of solving this type of cases. Okay? Because this case was not by itself a very vital case. It's a mustahab. But Imam wanted to teach them how to deal in future with such cases. You know, we have hadith, for example, Ahlul Bayt used to say to the Shia, whenever we give you an idea, ask us for reference. Because they wanted to train Shia to be able to understand by themselves and apply the methodology and be able to have conversation with other people if they question them. So, this is the summary of our position. When there are hadiths which have conflict, and this conflict is endurable, if there is no murajjih, there is no preference, you have takhyir. Question: هل التخيير بدوي أو استمراري? Is this takhyir only at the beginning, or you have this takhyir along the time? It's continuing. إذا ورد خبران متعارضان متكافئان. When two conflicting hadiths come, فهل التخيير بينهما بدوي أو استمراري? Is it initial or it continuous? What do you mean? بمعنى أن له اختيار غير ما اختاره في الواقعة الأولى. If takhir is istimrari, means the second time that he has to practice, he can choose something different from his first choice. Yeah? If it is istimrari, means the second time, the third time, the fourth time that you have to practice, you may choose something different. وَالْحَقُّ أَنَّهُ بَدْوِيٌّ. The right position is that it's only at the beginning. وَقَدْ سَبَقَ بَيَانُهُ فِي مَبْحَثِ أَصَالَةِ التَّخِيرِ. In Usul al-Amaliyya, when we talked about أَصَالَةُ التَّخِيرِ, we explained this. Because we said, أَنَّ الْمُخَالَفَةَ الْقَطْعِيَّةَ الْعَمَلِيَّةَ لِلْعِلْمِ الْإِجْمَالِي قَبِيحٌ وَحَرَامٌ. If you definitely disobey in practice. You didn't want to disobey, but now in practice you are disobeying. Doing one time this side, another time this side. So it means that after 2 times of trying different options, now you know that practically you disobeyed. This is one of the things that you learn in Al-Ijmali. That Al-Ijmali should be observed by not doing مخالفة قطعية. Okay? ذكرنا فيها أن المخالفة القطعية العملية means practically you are disobeying. أن المخالفة القطعية العملية للعلم الإجمالي to disobey practically in a certain way that علم إجمالي, you know علم إجمالي means one of them but you don't know which one. It's not a specific. It's undecided. It's one of the 2, one of the 3. So you know that there is something, but you don't know which one. It's undecided. This is not acceptable. This is haram. من غير فرق بين أن تكون المخالفة دفعية أو تدريجية. There is no difference between this mukhalafa being daf'i means at once, like at once you reject both of them, or in 2 cases twice, 50% another time, 100% is okay. فإذا أخذ بأحد الخبرين في واقعة, in one instance, in one incident, one event, he takes one hadith, one side. The next time, for example, tomorrow or next week, whenever the second time comes, maybe it is something that you have to do it every day. Maybe it's something that you have to do for every salat. We don't know. Anyway, in the first time, he takes one side and acts upon it. In the second time, he takes the other side and acts upon it. So we are sure that in one of these 2 instances, he has disobeyed. Okay? من غير فرق بين أن تكون المخالفة دفعية أو تدريجيا فإذا أخذ بأحد الخبرين في واقعة بل خبر الآخر في واقعة أخرى فقد علم بالمخالفة العملية إما بعمله هذا أو بما سبق. Either with this action or the previous action, he has practically disobeyed. Okay? Yes.
So does that mean we should stick to one?
Yes.
Not change?
Not change.
Okay.
ما هو مرجع الروايات الآمرة بالتوقف? Question. There are some hadiths that say you should stop, you should suspend. What should we say about those hadiths? Because you said there are hadiths which says takhiir. Okay, we know that there are many hadiths which says takhiir. But please help us understand what should we do with those hadiths which says in such cases you should stop and wait till, for example, you see Imam alayhi salam and ask Imam. Or wait till you see someone who has great knowledge about teachings of Ahlul Bayt. Don't do takhiir. Okay? And don't drop. Just wait. So the question is, what is the interpretation of those hadiths that says stop? ما هو مرجع الروايات الآمرة بالتوقف? What is the meaning? Marja means where something refers. Means to what refers? What's the reference? Or what is the meaning of those hadiths which says stop, توقف, suspend? هناك روايات تأمر بالتوقف والصبر إلى لقاء الإمام. There are hadiths which says stop, wait, be patient till you see Imam alayhi salam, أو من يخبر بحقيقة الحال, or you meet someone can tell you the reality. How? Because they are very learned, very familiar with the teachings of Ahlul Bayt. A very great scholar, a great muhaddis. So what should we do with these hadiths? كيف يكون التكليف هو التخيير? If there are such hadiths which says you have to stop and wait, how we can do takhir? Let us give you some examples of such hadiths that says you have to stop, and then you yourself would realize that those hadiths are about other cases, not about what we were talking. روى الكليني شيخ الكليني رحمه الله عن سماعة عن أبي عبد الله عليه السلام. He narrates from Sama and Sama from Imam Sadiq عليه السلام. سألته عن رجل اختلف عليه الرجلان من أهل دينه في أمر كلاهما يرويه. He asked Imam Sadiq عليه السلام about a person that two people from his own religion, they have disagreement. One of them يأمر بأخذه والآخر ينهاه عنه. Two people from the same religion, the same faith. One of them tells him do this, another said don't do it. كيف يصنع? What this person is supposed to do? Imam Sadiq alayhi salam said يرجعه, not يرجعه. It's not irja'. It's not irja' with ayn. It's irja' with hamza, which means to delay. Al-irja' بمعنى التأخير. يرجعه means he delays this case حتى يلقى من يخبره, till he meets someone who would inform him, give him the right picture. فهو في سعة حتى يلقاه. He has freedom till he meets someone who can tell him the truth. So, either Imam himself or a person who is very close to Imam. So you see, there is no takhir. It says, wait. In Maqbulay Umar ibn Handala al-Ma'rufa, we have had this in different places, this Maqbula. حينما انتهى السائل إلى مساواة الخبرين في المرجحات. The person who asks reaches the point that both khabar, both narrations are equal in murajjihat. He keeps asking, finally reaches the point that both sides are equal. Imam alayhi salam said, إذا كان ذلك فأرجئه. Again with Hamza. Delay. حتى تلقى إمامك. Till you meet your Imam. You meet Ma'soom. فإن الوقوف عند الشبهات, when there are problematic, controversial, paradoxical things, to stop is better than taking decision by yourself and destroying yourself. إن الوقوف عند الشبهات خير من الاقتحام في الحلقات. It's better than going through what may destroy you. Okay? If this road might lead to a very dangerous path that may destroy you, stop. So you have reached a crossroad and you think maybe this is good, but also there is a chance that this may be leading to killing. You might be killed, you might be attacked by the thieves. Wait. Okay? So, these two hadiths don't suggest takhir. Al-awwalu ya'muru bit-tawaqquf. The first hadith says, stop. منذ بدء الأمر, from the beginning. As soon as he asked the question, Imam says, يرجعه. Delays means doesn't make decision, stop. والآخر, the second خبر, يأمر به بالتوقف, but بعد مساواتهما في المرجحات. After the person keeps questioning and finally reaches the point that there is no murajjah. He says, what happens if they are the same? Imam says, wait. So the first one didn't ask, is it with murajjah or not murajjah? The second one is after making sure there is no murajjah. But what is common between them is that in both of them, the instruction is what? Tawaqquf, not takhir. Ala kulli taqdirin. In any rate, in any case, both hadiths yanfiyan al-takhir. They don't confirm choice. They reject choice. Now, what is our answer? Do you have any guess? What do you guess? Yes.
It's not a guess of the answer, but you know, if you have two choices, the recommendation is to stop. So how about if you think logically that it's going to take me a very long time to get this answer? It's very probable that I won't get the answer until the end of my life. In that case, would you not say that it's better to take one option?
Yeah. We say these hadiths relate to cases that the person was able to wait and see the imam or see someone who knows what is the opinion of imam. So, two things. He was able to wait, and secondly, he had access. But suppose I am not able to wait. I have to make a decision. Yeah? Today, this is applicable to me. I have to do something. Or I have no access to imam. Even if I wait another week, another month, suppose something can be delayed, not something which I have to do it every day. I have no access. So, either no access or you have to do it now. So, this hadith would not be applicable. Al-jawab anna hadha al-qism min al-riwayat. This type of hadith which says wait, mahmulun, they will be interpreted, they will be taken to this meaning. Ala surat al-tamakkun min liqa' al-imam, when there is a possibility of meeting Imam alayhi salam. Or if you don't see Imam, من لقاء بطانة علومهم, those who are very very deep in their knowledge of Ahlul Bayt, teachings of Ahlul Bayt. وَيَشْهَدُ لَهَذَا الْجَمْعِ, for this solution that we have said, this is a way of reconciling this jama. We are offering reconciliation between this hadith and the previous hadith which says takheer. This jam has witness, has evidence. يَشْهَدُ لَهَذَا الْجَمْ. So this jam is not from our pocket. This jam has evidence. What is the evidence? Nafsul hadith sign. These two hadiths themselves bear witness. How? فَفِي الْأَوَّلِ, in the first hadith, in this page, يُرْجِعُهُ حَتَّى يَلْقَى مَنْ يُخْبِرُهُ. He delays till he meets someone who informs him. Means يُخْبِرُهُ بِحَقِيقَةِ الْحَالِ وَمَا هُوَ الصَّحِيحُ مِنَ الْخَبَرِ. It means he can inform him which hadith of these two hadiths is sahih, is valid. وَفِي الثاني, in the second hadith, فَأَرْجِعْهُ حَتَّى تَلْقَى إِمَامَكَ, till you meet your imam. وَمَنْ لَاحَظَ الرِّوَايَاتِ الْآمِرَةِ بِالتَّوْقُفِ. Whoever ponders and considers this hadith which says wait, whoever considers them and reflects on them, يَلْمَسُ ذَلِكَ, he would sense, he would feel that these hadiths are about people who had access to imam, or had access to the people who had knowledge about the teachings of the Ahlul Bayt. فَإِنَّ مِنَ الرُّوَاةِ مَنْ كَانَ يَتَمَكَّنُ مِنْ لِقَاءِ الْإِمَامِ وَالسَّمَاعِ مِنْهِ. Some of the ruwat were able to meet imam and listen to imam. وَمِنْهُمْ مَنْ لَمْ يَكُنْ مُتَمَكِّنًا مِنْ لِقَائِهِ إِلَّا بِبَذْلِ مُؤَنٍ. But some of they were not able to meet imam unless they really spend lots of money and time and make efforts. وَقَطْعِ مَسَافَةٍ بَعِيدَةٍ, they had to go very long journey. For example, a person who was in Khurasan, he was not able to go to Medina for every question. And Imam wouldn't expect that these people wait till they meet Imam. فَالْأَمْرُ بِالتَّوْقُفِ رَاجِعٌ إِلَى الْمُتَمَكِّنِ. So the command to stop is referring to whom? To the one who was able to see Imam. وَالْأَمْرُ بِالتَخيير. But those hadiths which says takheer, you have choice, is about the second group of people who were not able to see Imam unless they really went out of their way, made lots of efforts, traveled long distances.
What about they can't see Imam but they can see the person who knows?
It's the same. The person who is sure. Okay. So far what we discussed about two hadiths that conflict, there is no easy solution. Ta'aruz is mustaqir, endurable, and they are equal, they are mutakafئ. We said القاعدة الأولية تقتضي التساقط، القاعدة الثانوية تقتضي التخيير، وهناك روايات آمرة بالتوقف ولكنها محمولة على صورة التمكن من لقاء الإمام. I said in English so that it's in Arabic remains in your mind. Okay? So, those cases, now in English, those cases that have conflict and this conflict is endurable, if they are equal, we said the primary rule is to drop both of them. The secondary rule means we have a specific guidance for this case. from ahadith is that you have choice. Then we said there are some hadiths that may seem to suggest you have to wait and do nothing. But we said this is for those cases that the people were able to wait and see the imam or someone who knows and ask him. But if they were not able to wait, they had to do something. Or they were not able to see imam unless they really, made efforts. Then, for them, we don't expect to suspend. Okay? They had to do something. But if someone is in Medina, for example, or near city, and this case is not urgent, is not applicable now. For example, in few months he wants to go to Hajj. Okay? He can wait till he meets Imam and ask him. But if today you want to do something, or Jum'ah you have to do something, and there is no time to wait and go and ask Imam, so you do takhyir. Yes.
Shouldn't the primary logical ruling be to try and wait and find the answer if you have access? Because here if it's saying that the case where you have access to the imam is irrelevant to the question, then that's fine. We should have perhaps explained this before we went to the primary ruling.
Yeah, that's for the people who were living at that time. For us, this is not the case. For us, the primary ruling is dropping. Okay. Now we move on to الصورة الثانية. Just a little bit of this so that you are prepared for the next, inshallah, session. This is the case where there can be preference for one side. They are not equal. الخبران المتعارضان غير المتكافئان. Two conflicting hadiths which are not equal. Is it clear? إذا كان هناك خبران أو أخبار متعارضة. Maybe two or maybe three, maybe four, which conflict. وَيَكُونُ لَأَحَدِهِمَا تَرْجِيحٌ عَلَى الْآخَرِ. One of them has an extra weight, has preference. فَيَقَعُ الْكَلَامِ فِي أُمُورٍ ثَلَاثَةٍ. Now we have to discuss about three things. Okay? I am just giving you the headline, but not going to discussion. Just headline so that your mind, inshallah, is prepared. We discuss about three things. First, التعرف على المرجحات. To get acquainted with what can be preference. What are those things that can give extra weight to one side? Two, هل الأخذ بذي المزية واجب أو راجح? The side which has preference, you must take it or it's better to take it. Do we need to go by these murajjahat or it's better? It's the second point. The third point, هل يقتصر على المنصوص من المرجحات أو يتعدى غيره? Do we stop by those murajjahat which are mansus, means are mentioned in the hadith, or we can go beyond that and anything that rationally we think can be a good preference, some evidence that can give one side more probability, we can take that also into account. Okay? So are murajjahat fixed and to be taken from hadith, or these are flexible and you can find something that even today, maybe scholars who are study texts, who work on manuscripts, maybe they have some methods today. Can we use those methods to give preference? Or should be only those things that we have received from hadith? So there are three issues that inshallah we are going to discuss. What are murajjahat? Are these murajjahat necessary to be followed or better to be followed? And can we add to those murajjahat which are mentioned in the hadith? Or we have to just stop by those things that are mentioned in the hadith? These are few sweet things that inshallah we discuss next week. وآخر دعوانا أن الحمد لله رب العالمين.
What is the meaning of jihad?